Good evening and welcome to Garbage Theater, Shark Month.
Oh God! Oh God! Who could have possibly imagined a third shark? Oh God! This one seems to be coming right at me. I really hope this is the last time, because this shark's starting to outstay its welcome. Oh God!
Welcome, folks, to another episode of Garbage Theater, Shark Month. I'm your host, Chase, with my co-hosts, Blake and John.
Boing.
I am so ready.
Well, if you're so ready, you do the honors.
Let's get this shit show on the road.
Let's do it. Dark Tide. A movie that landed with a Prosquarius plop.
Oh. This was... It was so hard to watch it because it was a serious movie.
Yeah.
And it was actually done well. It just sucked.
It's like, aren't any of these sharks going to be magic or aliens or something?
Yeah. Where's the hook? Where's the hook here?
When you see real footage of sharks in a movie, I'm kind of sitting there like, what the fuck is this?
This CG's great.
People are actually in the water. This is crazy.
This threw me for a loop, and we'll get to it. But when we're done discussing this, I really want to know what everybody's idea of the moral of this story is, because I didn't really get one.
Yeah. It's a very special kind of person gets a moral out of this.
Yeah, I'm just so... The biggest thing I'm disappointed about is that this is the movie. This is the first movie since we've started this show that I've done things correctly.
Yes.
And it was on this movie that I did it correctly.
Yeah. Your play-by-play notes.
Yes.
Of this thing.
Oh, yeah. I know this movie better than anything.
That's a shame considering how much of the movie is them just lingering in the ocean for
just
long periods of time.
And I'm saying right now, if I lose tonight, I quit.
Quit the show. I'm off the show.
I'm done. I will literally stop recording and just disconnect.
Well, let's hope that doesn't come to that.
Well, I'm just telling y'all ahead of time. I lose, I disconnect.
Yeah. Okay.
That's it.
Well, that's
not... the amount of work that I've put into this shit fucking movie. I can't lose.
Well, at least that's at the end of the episode, so we're going to get all of your time. Dark Tide is going to get the majority of your time.
Okay, good.
Dark Tide wins no matter what.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. Already, it opens up with a Halle Berry monologue, and I'll tell you, I didn't pay attention to a word of it.
Dude,
out the gate, I was checked out on this movie.
It's already boring, yeah. And it doesn't make sense either. I mean, ultimately, in the scope of the movie, I don't understand what she's getting at.
Well, it closes with a monologue, too, and it was equally, like, what did that have to do with anything?
Yeah, it didn't relate to the beginning monologue. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, I guess spoiler alert, Halle Berry makes it through, because she talks at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know.
That was the other thing. It was very predictable who was going to get what with this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Father of the Year there?
Yeah, like as soon as that started, it's like, oh yeah, that motherfucker's dead.
I don't know. I stopped being able to predict it once I wasn't sure anymore whether this was a shark movie or like a relationship drama, or what.
All the characters are just the most likable people.
Oh my god! And the worst part is that it seemed like they really tried to make them likable. Like they wrote it in an effort to make you like these people, and like make it seem like they had this fun relationship, and like the whole time I was like, God, shut up! You're the worst.
Little fun fact: the two leads, Halle Berry and what's his name?
Froggy McFroggerson.
It's something Martinez.
Olivier Martinez.
Olivier Martinez, yeah. They actually got married after this movie.
Holy shit!
So they filmed this movie, and first of all, ladies and gentlemen, they are screaming at each other through the whole movie. Like it's just them fighting. It's just
fight.
Relationship problems. And they said, you know what? We do that really well. We should get together.
Aren't they divorced now?
Yep, 2 years.
Okay.
2 years and done.
Yeah, I was gonna say the chemistry really came across.
Now on him, I do want to get this out. This is both just an observation that I made and my how to make this movie better. I got to get it out of the way at the beginning.
Okay.
Through this whole movie, I really wanted this guy to have been Jean-Claude Van Damme. With the accent and everything.
Hey.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not have had this been Jean-Claude Van Damme?
This guy wasn't doing anything that Jean-Claude couldn't have done.
Nope. Jean-Claude could have done more. He could have brought more to the table with his splits and acrobatics.
Yeah.
Right.
And dancing.
Well, let's get to this thing, because this is a whole lot of crap in this movie. I'm sure we can gloss over a lot of it.
All right, let me...
I don't want to spend all night discussing the finer points of this thing.
Yeah. John, you were going to say you had something?
Well, I just wanted to read this first, like, this opening monologue, because, honestly, like, maybe we can talk through it, figure out what the fuck she's talking about. Like,
okay.
All right, so she says, "My father once told me to be careful of the things you love most in this world, because if you're not careful, that very thing can also destroy you." Now, like, first of all, it's really, really clumsy writing.
Yeah.
There's too many words in there. You could have cut out several of those words. So sharks are the thing she loves most in the world?
I think that was quite obvious.
I love sharks, but watch out, because they might be dangerous.
I think it was a beautiful monologue to start off this movie.
Yeah.
And
it seems to me an oddly specific piece of advice. It applies to sharks. And, I don't know, not much else.
Well, her dad told her that in reference to the shark thing. She's like, "Daddy, I'm gonna study sharks for a living." Well, you know, if you love sharks so much, be careful, because they might kill you.
They'll destroy you.
And then she worded it into that clumsy thing.
right.
So there's that speech, and it opens up on their boat, and Frenchie is filming her. They're making a documentary on sharks with her because she's the expert.
I think Frenchie is kind of derogatory. Can we just call him Froggy?
Okay, that's better.
Froggy Fresh.
Yes.
Jeff is his actual name.
Yeah.
So they're filming her, and she's talking about how, you know, the only way you can learn about sharks is to get out of the cage and swim alongside them. And is it?
Yeah, you know, like an idiot.
That's what all them scientists do.
Yeah,
Ocean's just full of scientists learning about sharks, swimming with them.
Apparently, after 3 weeks of Shark Month, seems like marine biologists are everywhere.
Yeah, they're a dime a dozen.
Yeah.
So she's talking tactics, like if you see their pectoral fins down, you got to get underneath them into a power position, and whenever she goes up to get a breath, she makes herself really small because that'll attract more sharks.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all.
So then there's some general horseplay with the crew.
Just some grab assing.
And Temba, who is her spotter, I guess.
Yeah. Something like that.
He's about to call it quits, and this is his last foray with them.
Temple was 1 week away from retirement, yo.
Exactly.
Right then, he's dead.
So they're about to go in. Some sharks show up and they're swimming around and say, okay, these are the sharks we're gonna get in with. And when they go in, they're just constantly poking at the sharks.
Yeah, swimming equals poking.
Yeah, they're with them. They're jabbing them on the nose and they're grabbing them on the fins as they swim by, like real asshole-ish kind of things that they're doing to these sharks.
So I didn't understand. They had first there was a male shark that swims up, and they deem that it's too aggressive to get in the water with.
Right.
But then a female comes up, and they're like, "Yeah, that's a good one." The male's not gone; he's still down there. Shouldn't you wait a minute?
How are we going to learn anything unless we get in the water with them?
It's not for you to know, John. You're not a marine biologist.
Yeah, that's true. I've got a lot to learn about marine biology.
Yeah. So they're in the water, and one of the sharks gets a little friendly with Temba.
Yeah, risky.
He responds by jamming both his forearms into its mouth.
Yes.
So, of course, the shark attacks him, because why wouldn't
it's really got no choice.
Halle Berry tries to save him, doesn't work. Shark comes back and snatches him away. And they all come back to the surface just kind of like, oh, geez.
Yeah, she just seems kind of out of breath. She's not too freaked out about the whole deal.
Not at all.
Yeah, they're also swimming in his blood at that point too.
Yeah, there's little chunks of Temba all over the place, and they're just man, that didn't go well.
I think that'd be the thing I'd be most freaked out about.
Oh man.
So
another thing that I liked about this whole scene was all the awkward dialogue with Temba. Like because they have to establish this relationship between Kate and Temba.
Yeah, before they off him.
In 3 seconds, yeah. So he's like, Kate, you're like a daughter to me. Or whatever his South African accent was.
That was a great South African accent.
Dude, nailed it. I've been working on it with the coach and everything.
You're working with Channing Tatum's guy.
Yeah, Channing Tatum's guy. Yeah.
Quick reference to that. We were talking about the Gambit movie that's never going to happen before we started recording, folks.
Yeah.
So yeah, just cram that little bit of information in there as quickly as possible. Yeah. That she's like a daughter to him.
But also, was I the only one picking up some kind of weird sexual tension between the two of them?
Absolutely.
Well, she does thrust her ass at him.
Right. That's why I was kind of like, wait.
I have a note that says that everyone is weirdly physical.
Yeah.
In this whole opening, everyone's just like kind of
that whole boat's one big open relationship.
Yeah. Like Tommy is like keeps touching Kate with his gross fish hands, and then like Kate just starts punching the shit out of Temba for no reason. For like a really long time. She's just punching him. Yeah,
that was what I summed up as horseplay in my notes.
Yeah.
So after Temba bites it, there's a bit of a time jump. It jumps one year later.
Yes.
And Halle Berry's still doing her tours, except it's a much more toned down version.
Yeah, no more sharks.
No more sharks. Just takes you out to see the seals.
Yeah, well, just to show you, that she's been affected greatly, it shows her turning off the radio when there's a report about a shark attack.
Yeah. Right. So, a kid got killed by a shark, and she's just, damn it.
She can't stomach it anymore.
Yeah. So there's a couple there who's trying to buy a tour to go see the sharks. and it ain't gonna happen. They don't do shark diving anymore.
No.
And even though they're in desperate financial situations where the bank's going to come and take the boat and they're going to liquidate all the assets, but I'm not taking anybody to see no sharks.
Yeah. But what you'll find in this movie is Halle Berry's character changes her mind, no problem.
Yeah, she's like manic.
She jumps back into the shark game with very little prodding.
Right. And when shit starts to go sideways, she doubles down on it.
Yeah.
Nope, bigger sharks. so
I love how she like she thinks she can like fight the bank. She's like, I'd like to see them try. It's like they have probably legal rights to do all of these things.
Now, this is South African law. It's different.
Oh yeah. They probably have to. There's probably
if you
some
can
kind
fend
of
off the bank, you win.
yeah, some kind of gladiatorial fight.
I guess all you got to do is wait for the bank to go to the bathroom and shoot it through the door.
Yeah.
Or is that too soon? Or
Okay, so John,
that was in poor taste.
John, you might have a more in-depth note than this, because I wrote this line down and I can't remember the contents, the context of it.
Mm-hmm.
10 monkeys in a jelly jar?
I didn't write down any of the dialogue was so frustrating.
At one
just
point,
ignored
someone
most of
said 10 monkeys in a jelly jar.
Yeah, it's in my notes, but it just has a question mark after it.
That's all mine is, too. I have 3 question marks after it.
Oh, okay.
So it was important enough for me to point out, but not important enough to remember why.
What I think it was is she didn't grasp the language so much, and she was trying to say something else, but what came out was 10 monkeys in a jelly jar.
Is that the line where Zuki says like, "Do us a favor and stick to English, please"?
Yeah.
Okay. That must have been what it was.
Okay, because that threw me off. A family from London, a couple and their kid, hire the Halle Berry to take them out and see some sights. So she takes them out, and they're looking at the seals and the penguins, and there's some great dialogue by this family. With
this family,
the penguins are squawking, and the dad's like, "Oh, this sounds like your mum on the loo there. It does." Oi, 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 oi. Do the sharks eat ungrateful husbands? Do they? It's just like it's just gonna be Monty Python. That's how I picture this couple. And yeah, they don't like each other.
This family hated each other.
I was more worried about the wife. I mean, does she have like bowel issues or like
Some kind of
like
she
a
got
penguin.
Crohn's?
So
surprised Halle Berry's like, what do you mean? Oh, my wife shits herself. That's what we're talking about. It's kind of a personal thing, but you know, we like to make fun of it.
So it's the most boring tour ever, because they literally just look at some penguins and then go back.
Yeah. Well, we have Jeff showed up right before they left for this, so he's on the boat too.
Oh yeah, that's right. He just kind of shows up and just walks on the boat.
Yeah, and then like he and Kate just kind of exchange looks at each other the whole time they're out on this 3-hour tour, and like it's just so weird. We have to sit through this whole fucking like awkward tour with a family, and these two like just looking at each other.
And then he starts giving like marine biology facts to the people too at one point, where I'd be like, "Who are you, guy? Aren't you just a paying customer? I want to learn from you."
Or are you even a paying customer? You just walked on the boat.
Yeah.
So they get back, and boat trouble.
Right.
Boat's all fucked up.
Foreshadowing.
Right.
What's his name is Tommy is saying that there's something wrong with the boat. What else is new, and how are we going to pay for all of this? And from there is where they really start getting into it, and just showing how much I hated these two characters from the get-go.
Yeah.
And they're not happy to be around each other again. But Jeff is coming with an olive branch. He's got a high-paying gig that can really help out. And if Halle wants to take it. So everybody, Zuki and Tommy, all of them are saying, we need this money. You got to take this gig, even if it means go and see sharks. But Halle, no, not doing it. I'm not seeing sharks anymore. My days of looking at sharks are done.
Yes.
Hey,
matter of fact, don't even say shark.
Yeah. So then there's a montage of her reflecting back on Temba, and it basically replays the opening of the movie.
Oh, that was so frustrating.
Like all the shot, they just went to the opening of the movie and took all the shots that had Temba in it and just put those in chronological order, and that's the flashback.
Yeah, that was some cheap ass shit right there. That would have been the perfect opportunity to fill in their relationship in some way, but
exactly.
they're just like, just pack in whatever we already shot.
We had Temba for one day.
Included just something like them having a barbecue.
Yeah, anything. It could have even been them on the set, like just those actors, like whoever the set photographer is, just whatever he took.
So, Jeff is having his meeting with this rich guy, the father of the year, and his son.
Right.
And Halle Berry shows up, and he's commenting on how stunning her eyebrows are.
Yeah.
Wow, so weird.
To which I immediately thought of George Costanza. Eyebrows? Who cares about eyebrows? They want to dive outside of the cage, and Father of the Year is going on about how he's certified and he's been through all kinds of dangerous diving things before. He was rescued by James Cameron once.
Yeah.
Halle Berry saying, no, it's not a good idea. It's mating season. It's too dangerous to be doing this. To which they kind of just said, nah, come on. And she went, okay.
Yeah.
And that's all it took. That's all the convincing it took.
Well, yeah. They convinced her to, just take him out on the boat. Maybe do a cage dive.
Yeah.
But
doesn't she agree that we'll go out there in the cage and it's up to me if you get out or not?
Yeah.
Right. But they still make the decision. He's still. I know, but still, he offers them 100,000 euros, and that's all she'll agree to at that point. Yeah. But then Jeff is all undermining her by texting Father of the Year behind her back and saying we'll get her to do it once we're out there.
Yeah, it'll be good. Secret texts.
Texting.
By the way, whenever they go meet her on the boat, which is pretty much the next scene anyway.
Yeah.
It seems like she's all for him getting out the cage because she waves off people bringing air tanks onto the boat.
Yeah, because she says, if you're gonna get out of the cage, you're gonna free dive without equipment because sharks don't like bubbles.
Right.
They hate
but then
bubbles.
They still had tanks.
Don't even come near them with that LaCroix.
So yeah, they really didn't build up any kind of way how damaged she's been by the incident with Temba.
Not at all.
Because
not at all.
She's just like, yeah, okay, let's do it.
And like, so all the... She and Jeff have had some kind of falling out, and they had a fight about it earlier, but cleared none of it up.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea why they broke up or haven't been together for a year.
Yeah, she was talking about one of his girlfriends being young and all that. And they never really explained anything further.
No. He said she became impossible to be around, but she seems like she's just terrible all the time anyway, so like...
And then in the next scene they're all made up, and he's like, "I'm going to make Mysteries of the Deep with you," and
Well, look.
I'm French. I like cheese. Oh,
Oh
Well,
my god.
Let me tell you something. You can put up with a lot of stuff when a chick has eyebrows like Halle Berry.
Dem eyebrows, though.
Yeah.
Why did they put that in there? Why is that part of that guy's character?
I don't know.
It's another one of those things. It's like Randy's schedule. It just never comes up again.
no,
Yeah.
he's got an eyebrow thing.
The theme of this.
Honestly, they're probably saying something else, but by this point, she had won her Oscar, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It was probably the other thing, but then she was like, "You're not saying that. Pick something else. I'm an Oscar winner."
I'm an Oscar winner now. You can talk about my eyebrows, maybe.
Right.
So the secret theme of this month isn't sharks. It's weird fetishes, signs, eyebrows.
P.
So later that night at Seal Island, and we know it's later that night because it says that night
Yes.
in the little caption, like we actually needed that.
Right.
We get these three mysterious divers that come in, and they're abalone poachers.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna swim down and get the abalone.
We find
And-
that out though when they say we're poachers, not shell collectors.
Yeah.
Do poachers refer to themselves as poachers all the time?
I don't think
just
any
out loud.
criminal refers to themselves as the crime they're committing.
Yeah.
We're burglars.
Yeah. We're loiterers.
We're wire frauders. Nobody says that.
So there's two older ones and a younger one, and the younger one's black, and they called him boy an uncomfortable amount of times.
Yeah,
I thought the
that's
same
true.
thing.
Like it got to where it's not just they're calling him boy because he's young. It's getting
No.
weird now.
It is South Africa.
Well, yeah, I guess they were just trying to drive home this is South Africa. But it was like, I mean, do you have to call him boy 50 times?
Yeah.
Like, I think they even started and finished a sentence with boy at one point.
And we never see anybody talking. Like, well, everything has been ADR up to this point, I think.
Yeah.
So we never see any of these people actually talking. I swear they're just yelling off screen at him most of the time.
Yeah.
Right.
And all the dialogue is, wait up, hurry up, come on, boy, hurry up, wait up, hurry up.
God. The scene.
So the local police patrol find the truck, and it looks like we got some abalone poachers. And so we cut back to the guys, and they got all their abalone, and they're starting to swim back up, and the two older guys disappear, and the boy's left alone. So you have to assume that them sharks got him,
Yeah.
and then the boy gets attacked, and that's the scene.
Yeah.
So did we need the patrol finding them? What was this scene for?
It
Did
had
we need
no
to see-
purpose.
I mean, this
show
only
that sharks
established
do
that sharks
shark-
eat people.
Sharks do sharky things? Is that what this was supposed to be showing us?
Yeah,
Pretty much.
essentially it was like sharks be dangerous.
It was put in there by the Abalone Protection Agency.
this could happen to you.
Exactly.
Thinking of going after that sweet, sweet abalone?
Exactly.
It'd be great if there was like a, stop abalone poaching. Call this number, like a card at the end of it.
And then the movie ends.
That would have been great.
I would have rather watched a movie about abalone poachers than this movie.
Yeah, that could have been interesting.
They constantly refer to themselves as abalone poachers.
Right.
So it's the next day. They're about to go out with Father of the Year and his kid.
Right.
And Zuki gives Halle Berry Timba's watch for good luck. And they all
Which
get
isn't lucky at all, by the way.
No, it's not.
He was wearing it when he died.
Exactly.
If anything, this doomed them from the get-go.
Yeah. Zuki should have been like, here's Temba's cursed watch.
It always protected him, except for that one time.
What are the odds that'll happen again?
Right.
So they're getting on the boat, and Halle Berry says "yep" about 100 times in this scene in a row.
Oh yeah, she's just being shitty for some reason.
Yeah, because that's her character.
Yeah.
She's got a big problem with smoking on the boat.
No smoking on my boat.
Because Father of the Year lights up a cigarette, and we're not having that. To the point that the whole trip almost gets called off because of this cigarette.
Yeah.
The man paid for your boat to get fixed. He's given you $100,000 to take him out in the ocean, and he signed a waiver in case he gets hurt. Let the dude smoke a cigarette.
I wrote down, I can't wait to find out how this no smoking policy affects the movie.
Oh, yeah.
They spent it's a significant scene.
Yeah, it is.
This no smoking thing.
Well, it's the first of many, many, many scenes to really drive in the fact that the dad is a dick.
Yes.
Right.
They couldn't, they really wanted to make sure you did not forget that scene to scene.
Yeah.
This man is an asshole.
Yeah.
So they head out. The kid finds a spear gun, and he's like, oh, what could you possibly need this for? Like, he doesn't expect what they're about to do to be dangerous.
Right. And they're just like letting this rando kid that they don't know handle the spear gun. It's so weird.
He signed the waiver.
Sure. Protects against spearing yourself.
Yeah. So they get there, they arrive at the location, they start chumming. Froggy there decides he's gonna light up a cigarette, demeaning the whole scene previous.
Yeah, he's got special privilege.
Right.
Yeah, he's got special privilege, and then he winds up giving it to Father of the Year. So he gets a cigarette later anyway.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't give it to him.
That's right. He goes to give it to him, and he does the old switcheroo.
Yeah. See, he does the old psych. all the attempts at humor in this are the so flat. They fall so flat every time.
Plot.
Yeah.
Plot. And the movie even undermines its own sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like in the previous scene, what Tommy tries to tell Dad of the Year a joke.
Yeah.
And then he gets to the end of the joke. The guy, Dad of the Year already knows the end. And he's like, oh, you heard that one already. Who hasn't?
Yeah.
It's like, thanks for the joke. Just like shits on his joke. What was the point of that too?
It was to make Tommy likable, so you felt bad when he got bit in half later.
Yeah.
Spoiler
But that doesn't work.
Spoiler alert.
He tries super hard to be likable and fun, but it's just
Oh yeah, he doesn't.
Most
come
of the
off
time
as
I'm
a,
just like,
as
what?
a spazzy lunatic at all.
yeah.
Right.
So, some sharks show up. They decide we're gonna get in, and there's a real ominous suiting up montage where
Yes.
there's no dialogue. It's got creepy music, So you're thinking, well, something bad's gonna happen.
Here it goes.
Yeah. No. They all get in the water. They all swim down and get tangled up in the kelp for reasons. And then they get like harassed by the seals. And then they leave.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that was about it.
that was it. They go down. The seals kind of like nip at them a little bit, and they're like, "Shit, this area is lousy with seals."
They knew that.
So they get back out, and the father of the year is like, "Well, what the hell happened to the sharks?" And like, "Well, we can get them to come here, but we can't make them stay. They're sharks."
Halle Berry says one of the most erotic lines I've ever heard in this part.
Oh, was it when she talks about the anal fins of the sharks?
I can see the claspers on its anal fins.
It's basically like two penises. Shifting her eyebrows around the whole time.
Yeah.
Erotically.
So they all get back on board, and they bring out the rubber seal. So here comes the National Geographic footage that we all know.
Yeah.
Right?
That's Tommy's girlfriend for some reason.
Yeah, again, we gotta make Tommy likable. So
What
he's
is
gonna spaz out with this.
It's funny that he likes the seal.
It's hilarious. So they start dragging the rubber seal behind the boat to get a shark to strike it. And then they see a real seal. And a shark
Who's
gets
suicidal for some reason.
Suicidal seal at 4:00.
Yeah.
So a shark hits that seal. So why was the rubber seal needed if we were just going to do this? Why couldn't you just have a shark hit one of the hundreds of seals in the previous scene?
Obviously, y'all don't understand filmmaking.
Yeah, what you want to do is set up a thing and then do a different thing.
Yes.
That's how storytelling works.
Yeah, that's filmmaking 101.
It's called a twist. So
that's the big twist of this movie.
Yeah.
The shark prefers the real seal.
So that shark hangs around, and Halle Berry is pretty gung ho about getting back in the water again. Again, not, I don't think she really had a good reason to stop doing sharks because she's all about it again.
Yeah. And now suddenly Jeff is concerned for no reason.
Right.
Somebody's got to be concerned. Father of the year gets in a little fight with his kid.
He's trying to cram him back in his wetsuit.
this kid who is an adult, just trying to smash him back into his wetsuit. The kid doesn't want to go back in.
I especially liked when he's trying to cram the kid in a wetsuit, and the kid's line was, "You're hurting me." You are a grown man.
And I don't understand why he doesn't want to get back in the water. It's not like they had a bad experience.
No, he's just done with it.
He just doesn't wanna.
I don't think he wanted to get in there in the first place.
Yeah,
that's probably true.
Well, that is true because we find out that his dad has terminal cancer.
Right.
But does he?
Oh.
That argument can be made.
Maybe not.
Because he says, you believe everything your mother tells you.
Yeah. You'd love it if you could get my money.
And in his defense, his ex-wife is a bitch.
I mean, probably, but like we got no evidence of it. And he seems fine. I mean, according to his son, he's got 3 months to live. Usually if you only got 3 months, you're in pretty rough shape.
Yeah.
Right.
And we also find out that he's later on, we find out that he's climbed Everest.
Yes.
So it's kind of like they're trying to make it seem like he's doing all this thrill-seeking stuff because he doesn't have a lot of time left. But again, like John says, does he?
It's not clear. It's not clear. And it ultimately doesn't matter.
Yeah. So they get in a little kerfuffle. He decides that he's getting in the cage on his lonesome.
Is this when he calls his son half a poof?
Yes, he does.
Which I had no clue about this term before, but...
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Yeah.
Half a poof.
Half a poof.
That means he's half gay.
Yeah. Right. Oh, I got it.
So, he gets in solo. Halle Berry's down there, spotting the sharks. She starts riding around on the shark fins, and he's getting like, hey, what about me? You're getting to do all this fun stuff. So he just climbs on out of the cage on his own.
Right.
And of course, the shark just makes a beeline straight for him. And Halle Berry chases it off. And they all get back out. And
no, she just gives it a little nudge on the nose.
Yeah.
And the shark just kind of goes, "Aw," and goes away.
Yeah. No.
The shark was like, "Oh, you're gonna eat that? Okay, all right."
So they all get out, and she's pissed because he got out of the boat, and it was the cage, and it was decided earlier that it's only if she says so.
Right.
And this guy, he just really can't understand why everyone isn't an asshole like him.
Right.
If everyone was just an asshole, we would all get along a lot better.
Well, he is cranky because he hasn't had a cigarette.
Yeah, he says that. I told you I was going to get cranky without that cigarette.
Boom. Callback.
Yep.
It
Points
paid off.
to the cigarette scene.
It paid off.
So Halle Berry and Jeff go back into the bridge of the boat. I don't know boat parts.
The cabin.
The bridge.
The bridge. Yeah.
Fucking jackass. The bridge.
They got a call coming in from the Romulans.
On screen, Tommy. So, like I said, they go back to the bridge. And they get in a screaming match in there. And this is where I was thinking, like, oh, this is where it clicked, and they said, wow, we fight really well. We should fight in real life like this all the time.
Right.
And that scene wasn't actually a scene in the movie. They just filmed them off camera and then decided to throw it in there.
Exactly. Also, how awkward is it for your customers on your boat?
Yeah, you're just in there just having a domestic abuse call type fight, you know?
Like, we can hear you through this cardboard door, right?
So that's when Halle Berry says, fuck it. They want sharks. I'm going to give them sharks. So,
more specifically, he wants big ones. Let's show him big ones.
So she goes out and starts violently hauling lines and turning cranks and announces that we're taking them to Shark Alley.
We're going to Shark Alley.
We're all
Which in my notes I wrote Shark Alley, LOL.
Yeah. It's where the toughest sharks that wear like spikes and stuff live.
They had heart tattoos of mom on their arms.
That's right.
Yeah. There's the poor sharks that are sitting around a barrel with a fire going in it.
Right. Basically, the beginning of Rocky just with sharks.
Right.
So they're taking down. They're hauling ass down to Shark Alley. The weather's starting to get rough, and we know this because of the dynamic puking camera shot,
right,
of the kid. We get two angles of him puking.
It was important.
Yeah. So while
they
they're
actually
doing,
went back to that later.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I can't remember that. Well, we'll get to it.
Right.
The boat. Oh, those boat issues from earlier.
Yes.
The boat loses its steering.
Right.
And they have to steer manually by jamming a big pole down in the ass of the boat.
Right. They had to put claspers by the boat's anal fin.
So, Father of the Year's like, well, what the hell? I just paid a bunch of money to fix this boat. And Tommy says, well, it's a boat.
Yeah.
These things happen. You can fix it. It could be a brand new boat. It'll fall apart the second you take it out because it's a boat. So they get through that. There's some half-hearted apologies thrown around between Jeff and Halle Berry, and then the Father of the Year and Halle Berry.
Yeah.
This is where
he talks about Everest.
Yeah, how about how he lost a pal.
I was really
a good chum on Everest.
I was really disappointed that. So when they first meet, he mentions that he had to perform surgery on himself at one point, and he said he would tell her about it later. Mm-hmm. And then we never get the story. Like, it could have been an interesting story, and it could have gone right here. But instead, he just talks about Everest and his friend or whatever.
Then they would have ran the risk of him not seeming like an asshole in every scene.
Yeah.
Well, they keep trying to like redeem him. He keeps apologizing every time he like acts like an asshole.
He's just cranky. He didn't have a cigarette.
He didn't have a cigarette.
So they arrive at Shark Alley finally, and everyone's still really stingy to each other. Halle Berry still being very passive aggressive about bringing him the big ones.
Yeah, he's like she's like going after his manhood at this point. She's like
trying to get him in the
like,
cage, and he's like, I don't know.
He's like, how big's your courage? Whip it out. Let me see it.
Is your courage as big as your claspers?
So he decides he's going to start off in the cage. They all get in. And as soon as they get in, a freaking hurricane hits.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're down there. There's some big sharks circling around. The waves are starting to come in, and the anchor's is dragging the boat. So he's got to haul the cage up and haul the anchor up and turn the boat into the waves so they don't get capsized. Well, once you know it, none of that works because the cage gets stuck, and as Tommy goes out on the bow of the ship, and he gets the kid to steer the boat while he's out on the bow. And I don't know why he needed to be out on the bow.
They just needed that kid in there.
Yeah. So while they're doing that, of course, a rogue wave hits and capsizes the boat. Tommy gets launched out into open water, and the kid's stuck inside the boat.
Right.
The cage gets snapped free and falls down to the ocean floor.
Right.
What we get a little scene cut back to what's her name? Zuki, where she's calling the Coast Guard saying, "Hey, you gotta go get this boat," and they're like, "Nah."
Well, they keep asking like, "There's no distress call," and she's like, "No, I feel that there's something wrong though."
I'm getting a signal from the watch, the cursed watch.
Yeah, send all the helicopters. I feel like there's something up.
And she could have just been like, she could have gotten that done if she wouldn't have said, "I just feel like it." Like she could honestly say, "Well, a boat went out and it didn't come back," and the Coast Guard would go look for it. But just saying, "I got a feeling something's wrong," no.
Yeah. My bunions are hurting, and my bunions always hurt when a boat's in trouble.
Right.
So, Halle Berry and Jeff free the dad from the cage, and they ditch all the air tanks because, again, we don't want bubbles.
Right.
They swim them up to the top. They're trying to figure out where the kid is. They don't know where the kid is. They all like latch on to the boat, the bottom of the boat that's still sticking out of the water. Tommy is like suffering from hypothermia because it didn't seem like it would be that cold.
Yeah.
Once again, are you a marine biologist?
Because I mean, I don't know. I thought, when I think Africa, I think hot.
Well, it's the South Africa.
Still, they're not that. It's not that close to the bottom. Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's pretty much the bottom of Africa. Hence the name South Africa.
The south part.
Look, I don't know boat parts. I don't know Africa parts.
I mean, everybody knows South Africa is the bridge of Africa.
So, while they're all there, Halle Berry decides that we need to find the life raft, which is like a nautical mile out from the boat for some reason.
Right.
So she
That raft took off, was trying to save itself.
Yes. So she takes off to try to get that. While that's happening, the dad and Jeff are trying to figure out where the kid is, and he bobbles up on the other side of the boat somewhere, and he's barely conscious. So they go to get him. While that's happening, Tommy's bleeding this whole time. So of course he's the first one to get a little nip,
Right.
and by that means he gets his whole foot chomped off.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, that happens. So now there's a lot of blood in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So Halle Berry makes it to the life raft and gets it as a shark approaches her, and again she just kind of like shoos it away.
This is like the
This is the
big
climax.
showdown. Yeah, this is the showdown
big
between
thing.
Kate v. Shark. Like this is what it's all been leading up to.
I have to interject because I know how those life rafts work. They will not sink down in the water like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah, because she finally gets to it and it starts to sink.
No, and they won't do that. Matter of fact, most of them are designed to where if it does somehow get pulled under, or even some of them, if they just get in contact with water, they automatically open and deploy. Not all of them. Some
This
of
must
them.
be an older model.
Come on, Dark
Well,
Tide.
I'm just saying. Now, you do have to pull a rope to open most, if not all of them, if they're not automatic. But it will not sink.
Well, this one kind of did.
Well, that's another thing. That's not even how water works.
So, she shoos off a shark. She deploys the raft. It goes up. She climbs in it.
Right.
We go back, and the dad and Jeff get the kid, and they're swimming back with him, and the dad is having trouble. So I don't know. Did he just get like winded?
Yeah, he just got tired, I guess.
He's just old. So
He is
gets
3 months
winded.
from dying.
yeah. So
Maybe.
possibly. He just needed that cigarette. It's like his spinach.
Mm-hmm.
So as he's floundering there in the water, wouldn't you know it,
Yeah.
he gets nailed by a shark in the same fashion that seal did.
Right.
And that's really the biggest shark attack in the movie.
Right.
Yep.
It jumps up, bites him, comes down, drags him underwater. He's gone.
Yep. Then everybody else, the 2 other people, make it to the lifeboat.
Yep, they make it to the lifeboat. Well, Jeff tries to get Tommy, and Tommy's appears to be out cold, in which Jeff then realizes that Tommy's been completely bitten in half.
Oh yeah, I forgot
So-
about that part.
They came back for the rest of Tommy.
Just
Yeah.
like in Jaws.
Yeah. So Jeff unties Tommy's torso and shoves him away. Halle Berry comes back with the raft. They swim to the raft. They get in the raft. Next day. That was the big climax of the movie.
Also, that wasn't a rescue helicopter that showed up.
Oh yeah. The next morning they're all in the raft and a helicopter shows up.
Which,
And it's like a news copter.
yeah, was not
Yeah.
equipped for a water rescue at all.
I was just based on the movies that we've watched already, having no money, they like have this lingering shot on Kate and Jeff with just the helicopter sound. Yeah. I wasn't convinced we were going to see a helicopter at all. I thought they were going to like cut away and just like, leave it in as the sound.
Just a shitty shadow of a helicopter goes over their face.
Yeah.
But sure enough, they pull back, and there's the wrong kind of helicopter.
Yeah.
There you go.
But a helicopter there was.
Yeah. So then we fade out, and we fade back in on some stock footage of sharks.
Right.
And another little monologue. Do you have this one, John?
No. It was so boring. It was just about...
This one was about her and Jeff talking about how they tracked a shark that swam from there to Australia in 99 days. And it was she said something about how, no matter where, and then it came back. It came back to exactly where they first saw it.
It went home.
It went home. Like no matter your journey or where you go, you always wind up back home. And then the movie ends.
Unless your name is Timba.
Then you just get digested.
Yes, except for your watch.
I have to ask, what is the moral of this story? What was the point of this movie?
Treat your kids good.
That if your lot in life is to look at sharks, well, you're going to wind up looking at sharks.
If you're an asshole to your son, you're going to die.
I just want to, look at Kate's arc. So, the beginning of the movie, she loses a friend. No fault of hers, really. Yeah. She kind of blames herself, I guess. Stops going looking at sharks. Then she makes rash decisions that actually do end up getting people killed. And then she's fine again?
She's cool with it.
I don't understand. This arc makes no sense.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah.
This was not... I know at the end of every episode we tell everybody, watch or don't watch. We recommend you don't. This one is the proof of that. We really hope no one watched this movie but us.
There's no good reason to watch this movie.
None.
It's not good.
Not even to see Halle Berry's eyebrows.
Them eyebrows was on fleek, though.
Well, okay. With that done, let's put the final nail in this, and let's get the quiz out the way. And see what happens there.
Oh, boy.
So,
all right.
As we all know, we went 0-3 on our debut episode, and then we went 1-1 on last week's episode.
Yep.
So, still hanging on to my 3-point lead.
Yep.
So let's see what happens.
It's going away tonight.
All right, fellas.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
All right. I couldn't get very deep on this. There just wasn't enough stuff. I guess Blake said that there is, but so we'll see how this turns out. This could be the easiest quiz of all.
Okay.
How long did Father of the Year say he could hold his breath? How many kids does Father of the Year say he has? What was Jeff's real name?
I got half of it.
What was the name of Kate's ship?
Yeah, this was pretty easy so far.
Yeah.
Sorry, Blake. This was pretty easy.
I know.
And what was Father of the Year's name?
Oh, shit. That one you got me. I'll just go ahead and admit I don't know that one. I'm just gonna write a
I
guess
think they
name.
said it one time.
I'm just gonna take a random stab in the dark. All right, I'm done.
All right. So, how long did Father of the Year say he could hold his breath?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes is correct. How many kids does he say he has?
7.
7 kids.
7 kids is right.
With how many women, Chase?
3.
Fuck.
What was Jeff's real name?
I know it was Jean something.
I know the last name was Matheson.
What? Jean-Francois.
Jean-Francois.
Well,
No.
Jean-Francois Matheson? Did they say that in the movie?
yeah.
Holy shit.
But you
Well,
only got
either way.
Matheson.
Neither one of us get points for it anyway, so.
Yeah.
What is Kate's ship's name?
The Volante.
All right.
Another pointless episode.
What was Father of the Year's name?
Mark?
William Brady.
William Brady.
Shit. You got me on that one.
Yeah,
I'm only ahead by 2 now.
I know. Other things that could have been questions, for Christ's sake. What type of whale did they see on the first tour?
They said what kind of whale it was?
A southern right whale.
Oh, that's right. She made this whole big speech about why it's called a right whale.
Yeah. What the penguins were called when she's out there with the same people.
Oh,
the mom on the toilet.
No, the jackass penguins.
The jackass penguins.
How long had Zuki and Temba been married?
Zuki and Temba were married?
40
Oh,
years.
shit.
40 years. What type of certification did William Brady have?
Oh, yeah. It was like
shit, I knew that one.
A trionic certification.
Trionic. That
Let's
was one
see.
that I thought it could be.
What type of camera did Luke have?
A D4?
No, it was a Canon 5D.
5D.
How many minutes were remaining on the battery of Jeff's camera in all of his camera scenes?
29.
20.
It was 20-something.
What exactly happened to the boat when it broke down in the water?
the hydraulic line went out.
It was a hydraulic line. Yes. What year did Brady climb Everest?
Oh.
Ooh. Nah, I don't know.
79?
2008.
I don't know where he got 79 from.
How many people were killed by sharks?
Oh, like 4?
Chase?
5?
6.
6.
Yeah. And,
Oh, well, I don't count. You can't count those 2 poachers. We didn't see what happened to them.
well,
I don't
did
think they
count
were.
them.
Oh,
I don't think they were
just
killed.
ditched him?
Yeah. They kept saying, like, you got to keep up, and he couldn't. I'm
No.
serious.
They were dead.
I don't know.
They just ditched him.
I don't think so.
Anyway, how many people could fit in the lifeboat?
Oh.
They said that?
Yeah.
8.
John?
Yeah, 6.
It was a 10-person lifeboat.
Oh.
Set it in real big letters right on the side of it. So this, what I also have is my quiz for just John, because it's just one question.
Okay.
At the very end of the credits, there was an informative text stinger that had 4 tips about sharks and shark preservation. Name one of the tips.
I don't think I watched all the credits.
The second I saw a credit, I turned this fucking thing off.
Well, they're very important, so listen up. I'll read through all 4 of them.
All right.
Number 1, don't eat shark fin soup.
Cool.
Number 2, choose sustainable seafood. Avoid fish sources with high shark bycatch. Number 3, respect sharks. Learn about their role in the oceans and spread the word. And number 4, lobby your government to protect sharks. I had all this information.
So many good tips.
If only I could have remembered that froggy bastard's first name, I'd be in this. I would have swept it. But,
Yeah.
oh well.
Well, it's very impressive.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. I clearly shit the bed on this quiz.
That was just a few that I felt like reading. There's a bunch more.
Jesus.
Yep.
Well,
Like what did William Brady? What was the insult that he called Jeff on the boat?
The Frog Prince.
See, yeah, that was a good one. The Frog Prince. How long did William Brady have to stay in a decompression chamber?
Oh, 3 days? Something
A
like
week.
that? A week.
And that was after he dove where?
the Mariana Trench.
No.
I don't know.
The Blue Hole of Dahab.
The blue hole of Dahab. Oh, man. Dude, thank God for subtitles, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched every one of these with subtitles, and I don't think I would have gotten as much out of them without them. Yeah. There was one part that I thought was really funny because I actually think I would have had a lot of trouble understanding Jeff throughout this whole movie without the subtitles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the movie, at the climax, first of all, it's real
Oh,
dark.
yeah, they said the wrong thing.
Yeah. First of all, it's really dark, and you can't tell what's going on, and you can't tell who's who because they're all just black shapes.
Right.
But but Jeff is yelling for Kate,
Right.
and the subtitles are saying they're assuming it's Luke yelling for his dad.
So he says dad when he's yelling Kate.
Yeah. So I thought it was funny that either like the subtitles got confused. It's like I don't know who's who, or like I can't understand Jeff either. You know.
I have 2 more things, real quick. Just
Can we
'cause
stop talking about this movie?
No.
Blake put in a lot of effort.
I put a lot of work into this. Whenever she turned off the radio from the shark attack, what were the names of the dudes on the radio?
Oh,
my
Jesus.
God.
No way.
It was
I don't
Dirk.
know.
It was Dirk that passed it on over to Ron for the news.
Dirk?
Yep. And what resolution was Froggy filming in?
I don't know.
720p.
Jeez. Well, this was back in 2012, right?
Yep.
Maybe that was the highest def they had.
They had higher def back then.
Well, that's all he could afford.
Oh my god.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You're only up by
Okay.
2, Chase.
Yeah.
He's coming for you.
He is, but I'm still.
I almost didn't believe that he was going to come so hard, but he's coming.
I mean,
Okay,
look
let's
at how
wait,
good
let's-
I am when I actually do the game right.
Yeah. Okay. So if we continue at this pace, we're gonna end with me up by 1.
Right, smart ass.
So that being said, Dark Tide is done.
Yes.
What's next? What are we for our final Shark Month episode? What are we ending us out on, John?
All right. Well, you know, there's a lot of great contenders, but I think we're gonna end it on Planet of the Sharks.
Ooh.
No matter what, it's gonna be a disappointment because it's not Planet of the Apes with sharks in
with
place of
sharks
apes.
on horseback.
I'm curious because I'm not as familiar with Planet of the Apes as you guys are, but I did hear that there are a lot of callbacks to Planet of the Apes in this movie. So
We'll be looking.
So we'll see.
That would be so cool.
How?
Shut up, Chase. Let it happen.
Oh man. Well,
All right,
okay.
give us the rundown.
Well, all right. It's got So this one was kind of chosen at the last minute, after a lot of research, but I don't have a great deal of info. But it's got a 0% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. A 2.8 out of 10 on IMDb. A couple of reviews I found. Asylum's new Suckfest.
Oh, it's an Asylum movie.
It's Asylum.
Oh.
And then I saw this review that I kind of thought was funny. It was a 1-star review, and then the body of the review just says B-.
What?
A B- would be like 2 stars, right?
yeah.
Or 3.
3.
Anyway, I don't know why I thought that was so funny. But I watched the trailer. It looks like it could be. It's gonna have a lot of good stuff. I think we're gonna have a good discussion.
Who's the Dean Cain of this one?
I don't know.
Dean
Some
Cain.
guy. Some tan guy.
Some tan guy. Jesus.
That's all. I mean, from the trailer. Honestly, I didn't get. Like I said, I didn't get a lot of time to really research.
Is it Ski Patrol from Avalanche Sharks?
No, but I did find out that he's actually in Sand Sharks also.
Okay.
That's the same guy.
Well, not the same character, but the same actor.
Because that would have been amazing. Oh my god.
So, Planet of the Sharks. It should be a good time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I looked at I was looking at a lot of stuff. I tried to look at the trailer for Raiders of the Lost Shark. Fuck me, dude. That was a bridge too far. It looked terrible in every way. Like it's shot on a VHS camcorder. I mean, it looked really amateur. Along with Shark Exorcist, also looked really, really amateur. They had the line, "We're gonna need a bigger cross," in the trailer.
Oh, man.
Fantastic.
Also, the shark appears to turn into a woman that's got some kind of tooth appliance, like sharp teeth. It's just a woman walking around with sharp teeth on land. That's the demon shark.
Okay.
See, this is what I'm talking about. I couldn't do that to us. I couldn't handle it. Planet of the Sharks.
Well, I
It's
think
got
Planet of the Sharks
that
is
Asylum money.
Yeah. I do have to say to everybody out there, you're not going to find Planet of the Sharks on Netflix.
No.
We had to call an audible at the last minute, and you can find this one on Amazon. So if you have Amazon Prime, you're good to go. If not, it's I want to say it's like a $2.99 rental. Not that I advise anyone to spend money on this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, some of us might have to for this, but I've got Amazon Prime, so I'm okay.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Good. Well, I do too. We're all set.
Okay, good. Good. No one's spending money on this
Amazon
movie.
Prime.
Fantastic. So, well, there we go.
Spectacular.
Another one in the can for Shark Month. We're going to close it out strong with what I'm sure is going to be a fantastic movie.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot.
God, I can't wait.
Oh, we also got our. I don't know about you guys, but I've been working real hard on my shark movie pitch.
I've been noodling it over in the back of my head. I gotta put pen to paper and actually get it down, but I got a good one.
We were supposed to do a shark movie pitch.
This was your idea.
Yeah, that was last week when we did Shark Lake. You were wanting to you were asking us what our shark movie would be, and I said, wait, let's save it for the finale.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's going to be very fleshed out. I can tell already.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, he
wait,
said his
yeah.
was 2 words. So
I remember why I don't remember that. We'll talk about that later.
anyway, I'm really excited about that portion of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be good. So, if nobody's got anything else,
I don't think so.
I think we're good.
Dark Tide sucks.
Dark Tide sucks. If you didn't watch it, good for you. Don't watch it.
Take back Halle Berry's Oscar.
We're watching Planet of the Sharks next. You can find it on Amazon. If you got Prime, check it out. If you don't, do not spend money on this.
Don't waste the money.
Don't do it.
You'll regret it.
You will. So, we will see you next week for the finale of Shark Month, folks. Thank you for listening to Garbage Theater. To get the latest episodes, please subscribe on iTunes and like us on Facebook at facebook.com/garbagetheater. You can also listen to Garbage Theater anytime, anywhere on Stitcher Radio on Demand. Download the free app today.